Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's Capsule Cast. I am your host, or the Capsule Cast for week 11. I am your host, Destiny, and with my lovely co host here, Anthony.
How are you doing, Des? What's the vibes like?
Well, I'm doing well. Got some rest, got some water, went to the bathroom. So it sounds like you, my good friend, are very tired.
Oh yeah, it's a late night, or I guess long day, but we're here. We're getting it done. Ready to talk about these matches.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to know that you're cutting in and out a little bit?
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh sorry. Oh shoot. Am I better now, or am I worse? Am I the same?
You're good. You're good. All right, but
Okay.
we ready to get on to the first match we have here.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, first match we have Sentai Squad versus Budokai, and this was a very interesting match because, for all intents and purposes, Sentai did put up a really good fight.
Yeah, some characters did better than others, I'll say. I know some
Mm-hmm.
people have been disappointed with certain guys, Jiren, not spamming a lot on the Sentai end. So, you know. But Saiyan Man, he did his thing. Early Piccolo was balling to, I guess, no one's surprise lately. Oh, sorry. You go ahead. I'm rambling.
Oh, actually, early Piccolo was basically manhandling Jiren.
Yeah, he was he was whooping on
And
him
then,
pretty
uh,
bad.
and then somehow, some way, this season, Raccoon just decided, I want to fucking wake up. Because, my god, did he hurt a lot. And tag.
Yeah, shout out Big Raccoon. I know they were happy about that loan they made for Jace. I don't know how happy Cold is with King Cold, but and I know Cold hates Jace, but Raccoon's doing great on Sentai. They love him over there, so
Uh,
maybe it might be a future thing.
and I
Uh,
don't know. And I think Muscle's liking the cold, so. But
yeah, but they probably don't like the record too much.
there is something interesting that did happen in this match.
Yeah.
Uh, It's funny how the slide represents it, but we did get both versions of the husband and wife matchup
Oh, we did. Oh my gosh, you're right.
because we got
Adult Gohan and yeah.
we got Saiyaman versus Videl to start, and then Adult Gohan versus Saiya Woman near the end.
Yeah, it is crazy how that worked out. I feel bad
And
for Sailor Woman.
Adult Gohan was in his other costume, so it was his Saiyaman outfit without the cape and the helmet.
Yeah, I feel bad though. Adult Gohan had to beat up his wife because, poor Sailor Woman, bad matchup. Not much you can do about a 9K, or not really 9K, but you know what I mean. A
Basi-
really strong 2 bar.
Basically a 9K depending on what health bar he's at.
Yeah. This match kind of went by pretty quick, honestly. Like, it was back and forth. Raccoon had his moments, and then obviously Adult Gohan and had his moments. But early Piccolo can't disrespect him or Havoc will get upset. But you know,
And
uh,
if he does well, he does well. If he does bad, bad.
yeah.
I mean, this is also the first. I think, yeah, this is the first time this season Vidal's been in, and
Oh,
she came in over Ed Goku.
that's interesting. I think they're not gonna go for that long term, but Havoc is crazy, so you never
I
know.
mean,
They might.
it is the final few. It is the final few weeks, and I'm pretty sure Budokai is at least locked into playoffs. Because
Uh,
because
I don't know,
with how Buu Saga is going, I don't think they're going to be locked into a bye week.
Yeah, all I know is Buu Saga is gonna be at the top of their Kai and in playoffs. That's all I know about locked in confirmed. Everything else, no idea. But yeah, they seem in pretty good position. Poor Sentai though. You hate to see it. They had a pretty good season last year, and now they're 3-8. So
I think it is kind of hard because their FA is literally the newest character, so someone who basically had, at least in terms of the regular people testing her, not like a staff or anything, someone who really has just had no testing at all.
they never use her either.
Oh no, they did. She
For
wasn't
what,
good.
5 weeks?
They, I mean, they
That's my
used
criticism of
th-
Sentai.
they
You got.
they used her all through preseason and basically
Uh,
through half of the season before they were like, we're just going to put in Bay Woman.
at this point, you might as well get rid of. Honestly, Woman's not better than 21. I don't think. I think you probably should have stuck with 21 and just try to figure her out.
Maybe, but going but back to the match a little bit. Yeah, it's like considering how quick this match felt, it was really close.
Yeah. It was close. It was within 2 bars, but Budokai had the tag advantage, so it's kind of
They
hard to come
they
in when you got EP.
I mean, they both had a tag advantage.
Well, no, by the end it was Woman by herself, and then it was Adult Gohan, and then early Piccolo.
No, it was Say Woman plus like a bar of Raccoon and then Adult Gohan and like a bar of early Piccolo. So it's basically even.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Because I remember when Adult Gohan came in, it was Say Woman and Raccoon versus Adult Gohan and someone else, but the other someone else was at a bar.
I mean, I'm looking at the end screen and it's Woman, so
I think Raccoon got tagged back in and then he died.
that might be what we're thinking of. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any more thoughts on this match, or you ready to move on?
No, I do not.
I know you're excited about this one.
Actually, a little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Oh, okay. Let's go to match 2 then.
All right. Well, to match 2, we have Cinema and Derp. Derp getting their second win of the season, so good job on them. Good job. A round of applause.
They're barely hanging in there. I thought they'd be done by now, but they're still kicking.
They can still make it to playoffs. Funny enough.
That's crazy.
With how the teams near the bottom have been looking, with their record, they can still make it.
That's insane. But why don't you explain to the people how this match went and your thoughts on it being the coach of Cinema?
All right, so Janemba did pretty good. Hercule decided to wake the fuck up at like his final bar, but that wasn't really the end of it. Jane took out Hercule. He was going to ult 19, but then he ulted into getting grabbed.
19 heard my shit talk, dude. He was pissed.
Yeah, and then after Jane died, Turles came in, beat up 19, then he transformed, tagged, funny enough. And then Raditz came in, did a B2 to N19, did a melee combo on Doria, and then literally fucked the match for us.
How did he do that?
I just said why. He did a B2 on 19, and then he did a combo on Doria, and that was it.
Damn. Well, from what I saw.
And then, Turles came back in. Almost did all of Doria. Sadly, Turles doesn't have healing, so yeah. but that that was fine because this build we put him on basically did 60k plus. And then Gogeta is basically going even with Salza, but it's like if Salza, or actually he was gonna go even with Salza, but Dodoria did like a bar to him beforehand, so it was kind of just hard. Not to knock Derp though, like their members did pretty good considering what happened, especially Dodoria.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Dodoria did his thing. The only weak link on their team was 19, funny enough, even though he did do that crazy combo on Janemba, which was hype, but number-wise, it was not that crazy.
This happens when you're going against someone who can turn into a giant.
Sure. Herc was kind of underwhelming, not that crazy in my opinion. He was kind of and he did a couple things, but on your side, I'm not gonna lie. You probably won't agree with me. I think Gogeta was not good for you. I think
no, it was fucking Raditz. It was Raditz.
Listen, Raditz has his due, but I think if we're gonna look back at the match and you look at the stats, I think you're gonna be shocked by how
Gogeta did 40k.
That 40k did not kill anybody. That was
yeah, but what's he going to do when he takes a bar from Dodoria and is having to go even with He did not take a bar
from He came in, him and Salza, I'm watching right now.
Okay.
They both were even, and Salza killed him.
Okay, well maybe Salsa was a bad matchup, but still, it was basically Raditz that killed the match for us.
I agree, Raditz was very bad, but maybe I have higher expectations for Gogeta. I think he's a character that could have brought this back.
I mean, in theory, he is. But you have to remember, at least with my team, a lot of stuff in theory does not pan out well.
That's fair. I'm just more, I'm trying to not bully the guy already getting kicked. Turles did good though.
Oh no, yeah, like I said, Turles did like 60k this week.
Yeah. Turles was good. Janemba had a good start.
Also, I'm not trying to bully him while he's already being kicked, but like he did really cost us the match this week.
Yeah, I really thought you guys were gonna win. No offense to Derp, but they've been kind of spiraling. And I was like, oh yeah.
I mean, hey, Derp got the. I can't really complain because Derp got the win, and it's like we still have a chance, but it's like.
Yeah, now it's like weird because now you're tied with Sentai, and then Derp is
technically no. I have the win over Sentai because they're in my division.
So you got the win over Sentai. So it's you, Sentai, then Derp.
Actually, it's me, Rugrats, Sentai, then Derp.
Okay, so you guys are the bottom 4. So you have to get.
Those are all. It's literally all Isekai teams in the Derp, by the way.
Oh Jesus! So I think how the new system works is you have to get above bottom 4.
You basically have to get above being put in South Kai. Everyone that going to South Kai is not going to the playoffs.
Okay, so yeah, you have to get one more win, and someone else has to lose. Like hybrids have to lose, I guess.
I mean, well, no, because we lost against hybrids.
Oh,
but we basically just have to get out of the bottom 4, and there's still this week and then like 3 other weeks left.
Okay. I gotcha.
Basically, how the new playoffs work is just don't get into the bottom 4 and you're fine.
Don't be in South Kai. Got it. All right. Well, have we exhausted your match enough, Destiny? Have you given all your thoughts?
Well, I do have more thoughts. There will be.
Oh yeah.
Or well, I have well, you could say thoughts because they literally just thought into my head. But no, like I'm actually. Like, even though I lost the match, I'm actually really proud of Derp. Like, to go this long without a win just to, suddenly... Or to go this long with how their losses have been going, and then to finally get a win, even if it's versus my team. Like, we already know who screwed up on my team, but it's like, other than 19, because obviously Giant, like, I mean, he was still doing fine versus Turles. He was basically
Yeah.
scrapping Turles until he went ape. And like, I don't think, and maybe the Hercule start wasn't the best versus Janemba, but I mean, he did wake up. He did do like 20,000 because of his B2s. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone on Derp, like in this specific week, did necessarily bad.
The Doria and 19 both did 50K. I should make that known. So did Salza. Herc did 36K. So
I mean, but he was the starter, and he was kind of getting bullied.
he did get bullied a lot. So yeah.
But I mean, hey, any damage to the starter basically stuck for a bit because 19 came in and just wouldn't let Janemba really do anything.
Alright.
So yeah. So honestly, like, congratulations, Derp, and
Yeah.
at least I hope you get like maybe another win or something before the end of the week or the end of the season.
Yeah, I hope so too. You don't want to. You feel bad for those teams that don't get a certain amount of wins. You know.
Hey, they can still brag about being the only win versus the only win versus Buu Saga right now.
Right now, yeah. Soon to be not true, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah. All right. So well, you know, speaking of Buu Saga,
Mhm.
are you ready to move on?
Yeah, let's go to match 3.
All right. Speaking of Buu Saga, we have Buu Saga versus GT, and at least from what I was seeing, I think this is kind of a wash for Buu Saga.
Yes and no. It was more of a wash because like no one else except Vegeta did anything, but Vegeta almost went elite, so you know,
Yeah.
if any of his teammates stepped up, they probably beat Buu Saga, especially Baby, who did 19K. Goodness, dude. And you got Jiro doing 14K. Hate to see it. I thought he was doing okay against Buhan, but then Buhan just kind of was like, I'm a better character. And he just did bad things to him. But Baby really disappointed me this match. Sin did 32K. That's not very good, but it's eh. Vegeta, he just played the tag game a lot, and when he was in, he just did a bunch of damage to the characters he was fighting. Whether that's like Buhan or Majin Buu, like he was just destroying them. So,
I mean,
you
know, I guess that's at least a good news for GT. They have at least someone that can do the damage.
I mean, honestly, the two that should be very good right now is Baby and Vegeta. Honestly, those are both. They're both Vegetas. Both Vegetas should be like. Honestly, if Baby did like 40K, they would have won this match, and that's like crazy, but it's true. And also, Boo's tag game really well. Like Buhan and Majin Buu both tagged at one bar. Like,
I think it was also unfortunate that Jiro had to go against Buhan for a bit.
honestly, no. This is Jiro's matchup. Jiro should have been fine. He had a lot of false courages up. He just derped. Against Boo's, sucking androids are usually pretty good. Like, yeah, they have Chocolate Beam, but 90% of them have a Kamehameha.
Well, I mean, if they don't want to use it and just get up in a straight melee battle, unless Jiro was I mean, yeah, from seeing it, he did almost bring Buhan to death, but
like,
it was just
he
hard.
should have though. Like that's me criticizing Jiro. He should have killed Buhan because this is a good matchup for him comparatively. In terms of all the teams, this is probably one of his best matchups. So, very disappointing here. Yeah. Sin is mid, but you know that's what are you gonna do about it? Shout out to Boo's though.
Sin hasn't really been the best this season.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, Flame Shower Breath to take out Jiro, not fun.
Dude, Vegeta though, SSJ4 Vegeta only died to a planet burst. He was really going off. He took down like all of Kid Buu, all of Buhan, and like, well, not yeah, and then all of Majin Buu. Like he
And
was just
yeah, you
crazy.
want to know what's funny? If Majin Buu goes max power, something that helps versus most teams, which is his power body, won't here
Doesn't
because
matter. Yeah.
Vegeta is like, uh,
Yeah. Unfortunate situation. And the Sin came in last, and he had to beat up basically all of Buu Saga besides Kid Buu, and that was what a bar of Gohan Buu, a bar of Majin Buu, and then a full health Vegito. Like that's a lot to ask.
ooh, a final shine attack, and it did hit too. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. On the Buu side, happy for him. Buhan really impressed this
Uh,
week. Yeah.
Majin Buu did his best versus SSJ4. Did bring SSJ4 to really low health because of a big charge to Kamehameha.
Yeah, but out of all of the characters on their team, he definitely did the worst this week. Kibu
Yeah,
and Wuhan
I mean,
definitely like popped off.
he was basically countered though because Vegeta's very aggressive, can cut through the power body if Majin Buu's in max power. So he basically was against this like worst matchup that isn't Jiro.
Also, yeah, this match is kind of disappointing for me. I like Buu Saga. Door's a fun guy. He's my buddy. But GT's definitely a team that, on paper, should be able to beat them. Even if you don't consider Jiro a threat, Sin, who turns into Omega, Baby eventually, and SSJ4 can all break their power body.
Uh,
And
Baby only really can after he transforms. Sin and Vegeta can just straight up.
yeah, that's what I mean after Baby transforms. But like, you know, it shouldn't be that crazy. And they're a strong team too. Like they have strong characters, right? So unfortunate,
Yeah.
obviously we don't want one team to be too overpowered or,
Yeah.
getting a lot of
I
wins.
I think I think one of the problems right now for GT is Sin. I mean, I think Sin has been doing fine. He's just a lot more. He's really just like the tank, so he's not going to do a lot of damage like
He's not the one
instantly.
to bring a comeback. Yeah, like he's not gonna,
But
save your match.
but now if it wasn't for the Planet Burst and him and Vegeta did the tag game, maybe.
The tag game for Boo's was pretty absurd this week. Like
Yeah,
Buhan tagged twice. Boo
but
it was all
you also have to remember the amount of tags Vegeta did.
true,
Like
true.
if he was just doing more and didn't die to a planet burst, like that could have been really good for them.
He could have brought it back himself. But if I had to choose like my whole team tagging or one character tagging a lot, I'm gonna choose my whole team.
I mean honestly, he keeps more of your team alive. But
Yeah. Yeah.
as I was going to say, I think one problem for Sin is when he transforms to Omega, unless he already has Ki, he can't do
Nothing.
anything.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Like at least give him Ki when he transforms.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, I think
For 3 bars as well.
for three, like apes get key. Like I think he should. And I know, like, what is it? Raging Thunder. It's good, but like
It's a
by
rush.
the time, yeah, and by the time he transforms, as we all see, like he has
He,
like no health.
I
He's
mean
like,
that's one of the reasons why he's so scary on a tank build is because when he does transform to Omega, he can get like the healing back and stuff. But yeah, he transforms at like a lot of the 3 cost transformations. Like they literally the only one that I see like that transforms early is Big 13.
or like Go Tanks if he's in. Like
Well,
he transforms early.
I don't really count Go Tanks because
Mm.
you already have to fuse
Yeah.
to do it, and also Gotenks has all that health anyway, so it's kind of hard to tell when exactly he transforms. But yeah, it's like
Or
a, a lot of the 3 cost transformations, like they transform at low health. Like Thin here, he has no health when he transforms.
he's kind of screwed. But That's all I have to say about this match. Shout out Boo. Good job for getting the W, and GT, you'll get him next time. So
Yeah.
you're still comfortably in the playoffs position, so no stress.
Mm-hmm. Though, may want to look at Baby Vegeta.
Yes, maybe. Yeah. I mean, why
I,
not? At
I
this
mean,
point, why
I,
not try some new stuff?
I would definitely say they probably have to look at him because a few of their losses this season have been because of Baby.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, good job, Booze. Didn't even have to have Vegito come out because of all the tags. And but also good job, GT. You nearly got your elite character. I think he did near both him and Buhan did near elite this week because both of them were like 90k plus.
A lot of it because of the tags, boys. Big
Yep.
tags.
But yeah, like honestly, keep Super Saiyan for Vegeta how he is. He's a fucking monster. And in like the previous week, he was just grab spamming. So we all know stuff he can do. Anyway, shall we move on? I know
Yeah,
you'll
I'm
love it. I
excited.
know you'll love this match.
Yes, sir.
Like,
Yes, sir.
all right. Here we have androids versus Cold, and you know what? I'm gonna waste no time. Anthony, give us your thoughts.
I have a lot of thoughts on this match, obviously. Uh, to start, we had 16 versus Zarbon. Just want to say, shout out 16, doing 62K this season, really changing up. Ever since we put him on that defense build, he's been really popping off, so I'm proud of him. Um, he came in, he handled Zarbon. Zarbon tagged, obviously. But when Cooler came in, 16 just grabbed and grabbed and grabbed. I was shocked. I was like, man, if he was on attack 2 right now, Cooler would be dead. The amount of times he grabbed. But still 4K a grab on defense too. Nothing to sneeze at. Then 17 comes in. He finishes off Zarbon with an ult, which accounts for like half his total damage because it was overkill. 16 did not have a good game this week though. He kind of got manhandled by by Cooler, Final Form Cooler, who transformed, and Tao comes in, takes him out, right? Now we have big Cyborg Tao on the new build I cooked up just for this match. X-Man knows. Because we had a little plan that, we were going to use our Taos this week to define who's the
Okay.
best Tao.
Hmm.
You
Well,
know?
did it happen?
Well, they both came in. Both of them started off. They both hit an ult on each other. That was hype. But my Tao hit 3 ults total. And
So he did the salsa thing.
he did the big salsa. Here's a fun fact. He hit all 3 of his ults, missed both his B2s, and lost both his clashes. Really just came in and hit the ults. That's all he did.
I'm
That was all
guessing his ult's
52K.
basically what made him win, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. If he didn't come in and do that, and if 16 wasn't a really good carry, we would have had to ask Cell to do a little more. He wasn't that spectacular this week. He hit a perfect barrier, which is always good.
I'm be, hon-
But
I'm be honest, like Cell hasn't been that spectacular this entire season.
yeah, I mean, this is my second least favorite Cell form. I think he's very boring in this form. There's not much you can do with him.
Uh,
We've seen the best of him for a couple
and
seasons,
it,
and yeah,
it's also been the one you guys have used the most.
I agree. And you've seen the best of him, and this is sort of like the low end side where he's in the 40K range. This is like probably him as his worst. Um, but that's okay as long as the other characters are working. He doesn't need to he doesn't need to average 60K. As long as everybody else is doing their part, it's
How's
fine.
how's regular 17 been doing?
Uh, Honestly, it's just a lot of like tendency things. Like he's doing what we want him to do. It's just when he's fighting a spammer sometimes, like a cooler who has like decent B2s, like base form, he just kind of gets like hit into certain things. But tendency wise, he's doing what we want. It's just like, bad luck, I'd say.
Yeah, you think you're ever gonna use his other new costume he got this season, except other than for what is it? Special events?
I
Or
mean,
you just gonna keep with the rangy?
I didn't put the builds in. I mean, you gotta talk to Donor about that. I can ask. I just like
Yeah.
he just puts the builds in, so I can ask if you want.
Yeah, because, it'd be nice to see his other costume.
Yeah, it's just red and black. I mean, it's cool. It's a cool costume. I agree. I
Yeah.
like it.
You know,
Um,
I can't really see half of it.
yeah. I do want to say, shout out Cold. They did put up a really good fight because honestly, this was super close, and it was Frieza. Honestly, maybe his numbers might reflect differently, but I didn't think he did very good. I think with his B1s, he was not very good. He used a lot of psychokinesis. Um, his B2 usage was okay. It's just,
I mean,
they. Mhm.
I think if you're cold, at least this week, the main person you have to look at is fucking Cooler, dude.
Yeah, he transformed though, and he did okay, and he beat up
No, no, no,
17.
not like he did bad.
Oh, yeah, he was their best. He was their best for sure, for sure.
No, yeah, like he was tagging all over the place. He transformed. He beat up 17. Did a little bit to
Yeah,
16, and then
I
came
talked
back
to X
in.
Mac. He
Did
was
more to
not happy
16.
with Zarbon, and he's probably they
I
don't
mean,
like lead Zarbon, so that's fair.
I think in this one it's just hard because like I don't think there was a character that Zarbon could theoretically get a lead against on androids.
Maybe Tao, if Tao didn't pop off, I could see that. But I get where you're coming from. These are strong characters, and there's got to be a weak link on the team at some point, and Zarbon just
Mhm.
happened to be it. I do think he had a tougher game because 16, like Zarbon doesn't have crazy damage, and 16 has like really good defense. So while you're whittling 16 away, he could just like Hell's Flash for like 10k or
And
hit you with a grab
it,
for
like
4k.
yeah, like 16 doesn't damage to beat
No,
up.
because he has pump up and he has good B2. Like I
Well, and
think that
also
was
he just has good damage in general.
yeah. Like I I agree. I think that was a good philosophy change we had putting defense on him because it just you're right. He has all the tools necessary. Like attack 2 is really good, obviously, and he can pop off with attack 2,
And
but
it doesn't hurt him as much as other characters because he has the innate defense. Like
yeah.
just giving him more defense.
Yeah, and then he just gets like +5 by the end, and then like he's just eating stuff. Yeah, I agree. He's it's definitely a luxury to have him on the team for sure. And I'm
Uh,
happy that we had this match with Cold. They're like a long-term rival. I consider them and Muscle our long-term rival because it's us and then it's us three and then like Namek. I think obviously there's other teams that have been around as long, but those
I
I
mean,
feel like are like the OGs. You know what I mean?
I
Like they've been kicking for a while.
I will say my team hasn't been around that long, but we are 3 for 3 for beating you, at least in main team, because
Yeah, true. I mean, Kaiju's like I think they're like 2-1 or something, beating us. Like they've beaten
I
us a good amount of times in main season.
yeah, but we all know they're luck in playoffs versus you guys.
They've gotten unlucky sometimes, but that's
But
neither here nor
that
there.
cell popping off, that's what we.
Yeah, that's
Also,
really what it is.
also, what do you mean Final Form Cooler did good against 16? He died.
No, I said Cooler. I meant Cooler did good against 17. Like he like really hurt 17 a
Okay,
lot.
okay, and he also did put like the finishing touch in Tao.
Yeah, which is good. Getting a kill underrated.
But yeah,
You
but
gotta get the kill.
I mean, no, like yeah, props to Cooler. Like he literally made it even this week. So
Yeah,
if Frieza wasn't derping a little bit with his B1s, probably could have won it for them. But
definitely,
I do like
definitely.
how it's funny that it was Cell versus Frieza at the end.
Yeah, that was a neat matchup, and it was so close too. Like it was a bar. So yeah,
Alright,
I'm happy about that. Are you ready for
well,
the next match?
I would uh, I would say so. So you know what? Let's get going. Our next match is we have Kaiju and Namek.
Yeah.
I think the unfortunate thing here is there was a fodder award in this one.
You want to talk about?
Let's just get let's just get the big hanging fruit out of the way. Slug
Oh,
didn't do a single point of damage.
I don't know how. I don't know how.
And you want to know what's funny? He's also the third character of the season to do that.
Oh my god.
First
That's
was
crazy.
Nuova, then was Engoku, and now it's Slug.
You know, two of the three were in this match.
Yeah, that's true. One of them did a point of damage, I think.
Yeah, Nuova. He's the one who beat up Slug.
I mean that's just gonna happen if you're against a burst character.
Yeah, because the big issue, yeah, Slug, it really is tragic because Slug came in, King Piccolo hit the Demon Wave. That's half his health. That's 15k right there off rip. All right. Then
Yep.
here comes Nuova burst attack. That's like what 5 to 7k, and then Slug just he couldn't get his combo going. Nuova just beat him up and then burst attack him to death, and that was it. And then after that, it was just Nappa coming in and trying to 3v1, and that wasn't gonna work out. So Namek much needed win. They were kind of spiraling. Kaiju tough loss. You hate to see it. A character doing 0 damage is moral breaking, but keep your head up. You're still fine in your division and in playoffs. Like wise, you should be okay. Don't lose hope.
I mean, this kind of helped them that the rest of the division is literally in the bottom four, so it probably
Yeah,
ensured the bye week anyway.
yeah.
Because even if your team doesn't have a good record, as long as you're not the bottom four, still make it. And if you have the bye week, you have the bye week.
So, don't feel too bad about it. Keep your head up. Maybe we need to work on Slug and Scouter, and Oob. This was honestly like a not great lineup for them.
I mean,
Oob and
Oop,
Scouter.
Oob did fine actually though. Like he wasn't bad.
Yeah, maybe I'm prejudging him based off his past
Do
performances.
no. I mean, no, yeah, like he did fine versus PyCon. He beat PyCon.
Yeah,
You just have to know that this was like one of those times where you have to bench your strongest character. And we all know how Bardock's been for Kaiju this week or this season recently.
agreed. He's been their carry.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You got any more comments for our boys Kaiju and Namek?
No, not really. I mean, it's just kind of hard when like you basically have a character that did no damage and every other character basically did their thing.
Yeah,
But but I mean, to put it simply, this is basically as even as you could probably get a team right now because they had both teams had to bench their strongest character.
yeah.
Because late Piccolo was benched and then Bardock was benched. Oh, that actually there is one thing I wanted to say. That is
What's up?
unfortunate. He would have done damage if it wasn't for the fact of every B2 he tried basically got canceled.
Yeah.
Got canceled by an ult and then a burst attack and then he just straight up missed.
Yeah, it was just a tough week for the guy, but hopefully they bounce back. All
Yeah.
right, you ready to go on to match number 6?
Mhm. All right. So moving on to match number 6, we have our final division of the week, which is hybrids and roles. And why don't you take this one off?
So this was basically, I don't know the numbers, But I do know that by the end of it, Majin Vegeta barely had to come in and do a little damage. So it wasn't that he was like really bad. It was just, guys like Deborah and Base Form Baby were really popping off. And, unfortunately for hybrids, their firepower wasn't as strong this week. These teams are both like heavy duty, like we have a lot of burst, we have a lot of strong characters. You got Teen and Majin Vegeta, you got Ultimate and Deborah. Those are pretty strong characters. Deborah finally showing up this season to be the character he's supposed to be. Um and then you just the issue was just their smaller pieces like Future and Baby. Like Baby Vegeta was just better than Future in most facets. And then Trunks, he tried, but it wasn't really the best effort, I'd say. Maybe I'm over. Maybe I'm. I mean, he did his best. He went. He took care of Baby, made Baby tag, but it wasn't like.
And also, Baby wasn't against.
Yeah, Baby was against Trunks.
Yeah, you said Baby was better than Future.
Yeah, I mean, like in terms of like being an ancillary character. So like you have your big two, right? Teen and Ultimate, and then you have Majin Vegeta and Deborah. Those are like the big hitters.
I thought you just meant in the
Not
match.
head on
I was
head.
like,
No.
I was like Deborah went against the Future.
No, I meant like in like terms of being like smaller pieces that can do 40k. It's just Baby Vegeta showed up, and then Sword Trunks really didn't that much. I mean, he did, but not
I mean,
to what they.
there was really not much Sword Trunks could do.
Yeah, no, I'm not blaming him.
Because he was against like almost all of Baby, some of Deborah, and I forgot who was the one at the end.
Oh, Majin Vegeta. Baby Deborah had one bar, and then Majin Vegeta. I don't even think. Maybe I'm misremembering. I don't even think Meta came in.
Oh no, Meta came in because he was versus Ultimate.
Oh, he did. He was versus Ultimate. You're right. You're correct. Ultimate beat him.
I mean, they had to at least give it to Trunks. He did put up a fight.
Yeah, no, he wasn't like bad. It wasn't enough. Like, and also Teen, I don't think showed up that well. Maybe I remember, but I just remember Deborah kind of putting him down a little bit. But yeah, I mean these are my divisional rivals, right? Royals winning puts me in third, kinda technically. Even though we're all tied.
I think.
Because Cole beat Royals, I'm pretty sure.
Cole beat Royals.
Royals beat us, but we beat Cold. So like, and we're all tied.
It's basically one big fuck pile.
It's weird. It's rock paper scissors. We all countered each other. So
now it just depends on who gets ahead of who.
Yeah, at that point, yeah. And unfortunately, hybrids have to be the one that are on the outside looking in.
I mean, while they still can be eliminated, all the lower teams can be eliminated still. Like, just because you're 5-5 or 6-4 doesn't mean you're safe.
Yeah. I wouldn't stress too much though, hybrids. Just keep playing your game. Get a win or two, you should be fine. Don't, worry about fighting for seeding or anything. Because you're the kind of team that could be like in a worse seeding, but upset like a better team. Like your high variance like really can just ruin somebody's day.
I guess with that, shall we get moving?
Yeah.
Alright, well next we have Resurrected Warriors versus Muscle. And before we even start, can I just say, god damn, Muscle's been on a winning tear recently.
Yeah, they've been turning their season around slowly but surely. They've been, making pieces work. They had 13 in. That really helps. He really did his part.
They've had times where 13 was in and they still lost. But it's because they fixed like their problem people, or one of their problem people, which was Trunks.
Yeah, Trunks, Bojack, and 13 all did really well this match. Broly, I don't know what's
has not been performing this season.
I don't know what's up with dude. It's kind of crazy.
But I mean,
But
like, the match started with 13 and Tapion, and I'm just gonna say I don't think it did not go Tapion's way.
they went pretty even.
They went pretty even for a while, and then Blue 13 came out.
If you look at Blue 13 at the end, he only had like
A
what
bar,
he
yeah.
had like he had a sliver, like, because Tien came in and did a geometry and then he died. Like, he didn't do anything after he beat up Tapion. Because Tapion went Harudegarn too, and that kind of evened it up a lot. So they kind of basically killed each other. The difference was,
oh no, go ahead. I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, I was saying the difference was Bojack really destroyed Tien. Like, he made Tien look really foolish. 18 came in, got her revenge, basically, but Bojack tagged. And then she just embarrassed Broly. Like, made him transform into legendary and then beat him up.
Something needs to be done about that, man, dude.
He is. And 18's not a bad character, but dog, she had like half her health by the time Broly came in at full health, and she just destroyed him.
Honestly, I think part of the reason why Broly kind of sucks is while Trap Shooter isn't okay, like chipping B2.
It's not, yeah.
If for Broly specifically, in the way most people try to build Broly, Trap Shooter's not good for him.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But I think him having Trap Shooter is what keeps him more of the balanced line.
Definitely, it definitely keeps him way more balanced. But for seasons like this, you got to change something up with him. And I do want to say shout out to Yamcha coming in and ulting immediately, taking half of Trunks' life. But unfortunately, he was not able to capitalize as Trunks literally just soloed him basically by himself. And happy Trunks is working. I know RW's probably not impressed with what Tien did this week. 18 and Tapion are fine, in my opinion. I was doubting Tapion, but he showed me wrong, and I'm happy that he's starting to work again. Even though he lost to 13, that was like a really, really.
Honestly, I think he basically won versus 13 because remember, 13's transformation gives him health.
Yeah,
he basically won versus 13.
And he did no damage to Tien, so he basically won. It was just Tien versus Bojack really swung the match in a bad way.
And it's not like Tien wasn't trying, just Bojack had his number.
Because then you had to get 18 to do two characters, which she was doing actually surprisingly well. But by the end of the two characters, she only had a bar. So
the last character was Tank Trunks.
Yeah, it was just a numbers game. You just unfortunately, you had a weak link that was weaker than theirs. So shockingly so, because Broly's been like really bad.
Broly's within like the top 10 worst characters.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't even think their weak link was a weak link. Bojack just went off this week.
Yeah, I agree, but for me personally, maybe I'm looking at past TM performances. I'm not saying he should have won, but Bojack had he only lost a bar beating up TN. Like, that's crazy to me.
He basically lost almost 2 bars.
Yeah, I like Bojack, but that TN should put up more of a fight, in my opinion. If I'm RW, that's what I'm thinking. But no discredit to either team; they're both strong.
Yeah, I was like, and also like no discredit to Bojack either. Like he was B2ing, he was meleeing, and he landed like 2 ults.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
though that basically killed his charge rate. But even though it was still decent at the end too, because I think they have like fighting spirit on him.
I think so. I didn't really look at the builds this week, but I believe you.
Yeah. But no, like honestly, other than something needs to be done about Broly, like something. There have been times where I think they would just take out Broly for their FA. Their FA's Grandpa Gohan.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like Broly didn't even ult.
Yeah, I know. It's just maybe it's a pride thing. They don't want to remove Broly. Maybe they feel like they can fix him by the time playoff comes around. But I agree. Like
I mean,
at a certain point, sometimes you gotta cut your losses and try something different. If it's going this badly,
I mean,
but
I think they tried something different because he was on a different build than normal during the sweeper games, and they were like, okay, we're going to look at this because it did well during the sweeper games,
yeah,
which is basically 50k.
yeah.
I don't know,
No,
but
I agree.
I mean, like, good job the bow teams. Muscle,
Good
like
job.
they have a character to fix, but like all their characters this week, other than Broly, did well. Uh, RW just Oh, I mean, like, it was unfortunate that Tien had to be the one to go against Bojack. Because, at least from what I've noticed, like, Tien struggles versus tankier matchups.
Mm.
People that can just survive his damage, and especially tanks that can still dish it back.
Yeah, I agree.
But, shall we get to moving on to
Last
our
match. Let's
final one?
go.
Alright, well, now we have Earth Defenders versus Rugrats, and let's just get it. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off right now. Kid Trunks went Elite, so this was a Rugrats win, which means now
Uh,
they are technically tied with, or they are technically tied with my team right now, and I'm pretty sure they beat. Yeah, I think they beat Sentai because they're ahead of Sentai, but under me. So yeah.
they a much needed win. You know, they needed this win.
Mm-hmm.
They've been kind of struggling a couple weeks now. You know, just trying to find their footing. But they needed this win. Unfortunately, Edie's also been kind of struggling these past weeks. Um, yeah, it's tough. You know, Edie, they had Namen, so not the best lineup. Obviously, they could be a little better, but Rugrats also didn't have Goten, so
I mean,
I,
I mean,
yeah,
Goten is one of their elite members.
yeah, no, he's good. That's what I mean. Like Rugrats weren't at full strength, but neither was Ed. So give and take. I will say SSJ3 Goku did well this week. Did what he had to do against Nam. Uh, it, Cell Junior, I'm always gonna be kind of disappointed. He didn't really do much. Aurelie
God,
did. She did
like
her
the
thing.
line team, bro.
You know, nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy, right? One I'm disappointed in is Goku.
Which
Not a
go?
very good perform mid. That was the one that was in this week. Um, Not very thrilled by his performance at all. Yeah, it's just kind of uninspiring. I think it was end mid, no mid because it's bad man. It was mid Vegeta at the end. He tried his best, but at that point Trunks was already cooking, and then he tagged into Cell Junior, so they already had a way big tag advantage. And while I do think mid Vegeta could have brought it back under certain circumstances, the way he was using his B2s, like he was rushing into ults, and then he like did a beam, and then Cell Junior did a special beam cannon. It was just not a good week. He got pretty unlucky. So, shout out to Trunks. He did transformation too. He really carried this week. Like I really did
Mm-hmm.
fine. SSJ3 did his job, but it was the Trunks show for sure. And they need him to be like that so they can get some more wins and actually, be comfortable being in playoffs, not having to look over their back.
Yeah,
What do
yeah.
you think, Lou?
Well, I'm thinking that I think that this was just really unfortunate for ED. Like, and Vegeta was trying, bro. He was trying, dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's kind of hard to do anything versus an android who, even without like many melee pataras or spam pataras, still does a lot of fucking damage. Jesus Christ. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's
uh,
strong.
Yeah, it's like, and Goku definitely had the chance to like do a spirit bomb that would have probably killed.
Mm-hmm. He's just been kind of disappointing this season. I think the idea is there for base, but I wouldn't blame them if they didn't want to go further with it next season.
I mean, base does allow them to have KSA. I just think they need a different idea other than spam. But like, I think it's kind of hard because of people like Krillin, you know.
And Nom and yeah,
I mean, but not. I mean,
the
noms are FA, so
true. But who's there? Oh, Yajirobe.
yeah.
Yeah, he also kind of
And
fits.
also, Vegeta and Yajirobe are loans, by the way. They're getting Yamcha and Tien back next.
Yep. So we'll see how everything shakes out next season. That's going to be an interesting team.
Mm-hmm.
See what they do.
Yeah, like,
So yeah,
good job, Rugrats. Edie, you did put up a,
congrats.
you did put up a fight, and I mean, Mid Goku was trying. He just wasn't trying well enough.
Don't feel too bad. Bounce back. Maybe try some new builds. Rugrats. Keep pushing. Get some more dubs.
All right. Well, I guess now shall we get to moving on to the tier list?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're here. We have week 10. Like 90% confident that's week 10.
Week 11's tier. Let me just start.
Yeah.
So cursed. Okay. Actual 0 damage. Insane. Then you have Raditz, Baby Vegeta, Jiro, Broly, and Saiyawoman. Who? What? If you would have told me this last season that all these characters would be together, what? What?
If you told me last season that Broly and Baby and sometimes Saiyawoman would be with Jiro and Raditz in like almost the bottom tier. And I know you love Jiro, but it's like you have to admit
No, I get
when
it.
he's
I
been
get
pretty
it. I
bad.
get it. And you see 17s down there because Fjord does not do overkill, and half of 17's damage was his ult that did way more than it should have.
And Fiora doesn't count people who came in when person had no health, which is why Majin Vegeta's in the bench tier.
Yeah.
Or the new tier.
So, you know, proud of 16 being up there.
Okay. Look at the one above the bench tier, by the way. Videl, Nam, Sin, Scouter, Tien, Yamcha, and Cell Jr.
Yeah, it's a random group. I mean, look at the one even above that.
And
17, Teen Gohan,
early
Icon
Goku.
and Rayleigh. Yeah.
What? Man, this is just cursed.
I mean, the middle of the pack tier is Cell, Kid Buu, and 13. Like that. That's like
Cell,
that should be the S tier.
Kid Buu, Sword Trunks, Hercule, 13. What the hell?
Like 4 of those 5 should be the S tier.
Wait,
normally,
Ultimate Gohan's just a tier above that too? What went on this week? And then I mean, like the higher you go, you'll start seeing those characters like Kid Trunks and
19's above Cell, Kid Buu, 13, 17. Like he's better than all those guys. That's hilarious.
And then we have a tier of 16 Turles, Nova, and 18, and one of those things does not fit the other.
That's funny. But yeah, and then that's not even late Piccolo. That's early Piccolo up top there.
Yeah, because late Piccolo wasn't in this week.
Yeah. So that's a crazy stat line.
All right. Well, I guess shall we get to moving on to what?
Yeah, let's go.
This is gonna be our longest part of this, guess. All right. Well, first up we have RW and Derp. I don't know why I am talking like this, but I guess it's because of Le Frenchman.
Yes.
But
do you want to go first?
I mean, I was going to go look and see the benches. I
have a prediction, even though I'll probably be called hating. I'm not. I think RW's gonna take this W.
Well, let's see. Derp has a Ginyu coming back in, and RW has Maju. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. While I see I see how I can see how Derp could win this. I just don't think they have the power to match. Let's see. RW probably going to bench Capion, maybe. I don't know. But I mean, I don't see RW losing that much when they have Majub and 18 together.
Yeah. So
Yep.
2-0 RW.
Yeah.
All right, we got Hybrids Namek.
Alright, hybrids and Namek we have Goldo coming back in.
Big
Future Gohan still needs 2 benches. So he's probably going to be benched this week.
Yep.
And Namek has Late Piccolo coming back in.
Okay.
And
I'm going.
yeah, I was probably going to go Namek as well because I mean, I think it's kind of hard when they have Goldo on their team because, well, Goldo can do stuff, right? He can do stuff.
Yeah, he's okay.
He's
He's not that great, but he's okay.
compared to the rest of hybrids, literally the only one you compare him to was the one he was brought in for.
Just late Piccolo. He's really good. I'm just leaning that. Just my gut.
All right, so that's yeah, I'm gonna
2-0
have to
Namek.
pick. Yeah. All right. This next one. I don't know if I want to reveal anything. Because I'm pretty sure Tosh might watch. Like,
He might watch.
before the cast comes.
So I'm not gonna say. I'll just say my gut feeling, because I do know, kind of what me and Tosh talked about builds. You know, sometimes we do.
Yeah,
Because when we're not facing each other.
You know what? No, I'm gonna send you a DM about it, and then you can do your thing.
Okay. I mean, if you're gonna pick yourself, I could pick Rugrats, and we'll just split it, and then I'll just say like.
Actually, yeah, we can talk after this.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just going to go with myself because,
Yeah.
well, yes, Rugrats did just get an elite, and Goten's coming back in, so there is probably a possible Gotenks.
Yeah.
I feel confident.
That's good. I'm going Rugrats. Just.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I at least feel confident because of my lineup. Of the lineup that Stuffy and I came up with. Big shout out to Snuffy. She's been a huge help.
Yeah, shout out Snuffy. She's great. Runs Smash Bros. League. Check it out. And just does a lot of stuff around here. Good artist. Great artist.
And does, well, no longer the cinema coach. She does extremely help if you need anything.
Awesome. I'm just going Rugrats because they got momentum. Kid Trunk's probably gonna be in, and he's gonna do elite.
I mean,
I'm not on your team, but he just.
I expect Kid Trunks to be in.
Yeah. Goten's coming in. He's pretty good.
It's the last divisional of the season. I kind of expect their strongest to come.
Yeah. So, I'm going Rugrats just because they got momentum. So,
all right,
that's 1-1.
Yeah. Next we have Sentai and Kaiju. This is a hard one.
It is.
Because you also have to factor in like Zenny totals and stuff,
and they both just suffered losses too, so they're probably thinking about build.
Sentai has 8 Zenny while Kaiju only has. Kaiju only has 5 while
It was 8.
Yeah. But you also have to consider who's coming in.
True. So there's Bardock.
There's a Bardock, Mr. Double Elite that's coming in.
Yeah.
And then for Sentai, Birder is coming in, and
Now,
Jiren's just permanently there, by the way.
yeah. So for me, I'm picking Kaiju only because they're on their map, and Sentai notoriously have, I'd say,
They're not
say a woman,
they're they're
say a man,
they're
and
they're,
birder.
they're
Yeah.
not on their map. They're on Sentai's map.
Oh, my bad. I reversed it. My bad. My bad.
Yeah,
My
because
bad.
remember the left is home.
Gotcha. I always thought the right was home in my brain. Okay.
I think you were confusing it with my map
Are you sure?
because
I'm pretty
because
sure we're
my
playing Buu Saga on their map, and they're right of us.
no, you're playing boost. No, I literally take these from the I literally take
Oh
these from
my
the schedule.
gosh. That changes our plans completely then. Okay. Never mind.
You know what? You're welcome.
Oh, thanks. Okay. But yes, regardless, even with that, no shade to Sentai. I
I
think Bardock's just really strong, and
I
Apes, if they do get him off, are really good.
well, the only ape they can really get off is Scouter.
I mean, hey, that might be enough.
I mean, Scouter when he goes ape does do well.
So,
I
I
think
don't know.
the main thing is, at least for Sentai vs. Kaijus, Bardock is an incredibly good character, but we have seen that they can struggle without Bardock. So you might have to just trust that Jiren does. Cause I say Jiren because like he's literally their biggest burst character that they have. You might have to trust that Jiren just bursts through Bardock, and then just hope that the rest of the team does well. Because while this really won't matter in the long run, probably, because Kaiju are almost insured the bye week. Well, maybe not. Depends on how this week goes. Um, Sentai need this win, get out, or to at least attempt to get out of the bottom four. Because no matter what, one of the three teams that are in the bottom four are still going to be in the bottom four after this week.
Yeah. So they're gonna be fighting harder. So I agree.
All right. So, but
Alright.
I'm going to have to say Kaiju because I mean, yes, Sentai is good, and I will give them that. And I know there's been a lot of flack about Jiren recently, but Jiren is still in my eyes an incredibly strong character. I don't care if he's unfair. Yes I joke about it.
Mhm.
That's just because I joke. I try to joke a little bit for to try to bring up the hope and everything, but I think this will be a close one. Just Kaiju having Bardock coming back in is too much of a power gap in my eyes, especially this season.
All right. 2-0 Kaiju. Uh.
Next is Muscle and Royals. By the way,
Yep.
Muscle is bringing in King Cold.
All right.
They need the bench Trunks like really bad,
Okay.
so I'm pretty sure they're benching Trunks,
Mhm.
which is one of their stronger characters now, by the way. And and Royals is bringing in King Vegeta on his final bench, and they really need to bench Majin Vegeta. So basically, two of their strongest are being benched for this. I'm pretty sure.
Theoretically, yes.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Uh,
Regardless, I still think Muscle will win this match. I think
um,
13's good enough. Bojack's been playing good enough.
you.
They have Trunks, they'll win. If not, it'll be harder, but I can see
I
it.
don't. No, I don't. I don't. I just don't think they can, like, keep Trunks in for another week.
Why not?
Because they still have to bench Broly and King Coldian, and then have another Trunks bench. And they can't bench.
If they bench Broly, then Trunks get benched week 13.
Hmm,
Then who was the other one you said? King Cold?
King Cold. I
King
mean,
Cold 14, and then Trunks 15.
yeah. I just don't know how long they want Broly in. for these last weeks because they're basically still in the running for not being in playoffs.
If I'm Muscle, here's what I do. I see Royals. Okay, if I think they're benching Maj Vegeta, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bench Broly and have my strongest lineup, and I'm gonna beat them so I have a better chance of making it to playoffs.
Okay. Well,
That's what I do personally.
I mean, yeah, well, I mean, obviously, but at least with the way I'm thinking, I think Royals are going to take this because, at least with the way I'm thinking, is Trunks is going to be benched, right? And Maj Vegeta is going to be benched. But that still leaves a big gap in Muscle's team, which is Broly.
Yeah, but I think 13 is better than anybody else on their team on Royals that's not Maj Vegeta at that point.
I mean, yeah, but we have seen 13 go against characters who really, in theory, should not be on the level of 13.
Yeah, that's everybody though. Everybody gets beat
No,
up.
no, I mean like go against characters and basically either go even or lose.
Oh, yeah, everybody gets beat up sometimes. Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm just giving it to Royals. You're giving it to Muscle, right?
Yep.
All right, so that's 1-1. All right, we have androids at Buu Saga, and I know for a fact you have to change your thinking a little bit now.
Actually, I lied. I'm fine. I'm fine with him having Savior. So, Super 17 is probably gonna have Savior. We're gonna boost something special on him. I'll see. I'll sleep on it. But probably gonna bench Cyborg Tao.
Wait, you saying you're boosting this
And
week?
yeah.
I just want to let you know if you do closeout special, it already gives him savior.
Well, we only have 3 Zenny, so
I
I
know.
think.
I'm just saying if you did.
Well, that's 6, so we can't do that. But
Well,
I get you.
yeah.
But
All
yeah, we're
right.
boosting, and yeah, we'll see. But we're benching Tao for sure. I'm 99% sure we're
I
benching Tao.
mean, Buu Saga, you kind of want to bring your theoretical strongest lineup, and I know Super 17 has not really been the best,
It's
but
not though.
he's still been a lot better than he has been in the previous
He
seasons.
can he sucks, and he like literally like he sucks up their beams, and he breaks power body, which is good. So he's good for this matchup.
Mm-hmm. And you have EL on him, so he can take damage too.
Yes, hopefully. So yeah, I have faith that we can beat Buu Saga with this lineup.
Um,
If any of like if 17 or Cell pops off, we're beating them. That's
uh,
just the bottom of it, I think.
the with Buu Saga, they have Evil Buu coming back in. I have
Yeah, I wasn't worried about him.
I don't know who they're going to bench because they literally could have benched anyone.
Yeah, if I had to guess, if I had to think,
If I
it
had to,
would
if
probably be Buhan.
no, if I had to guess, it would probably be Vegito actually,
Maybe.
because Vegito hasn't been benched since week 6.
Oh, maybe.
But
I can see
also,
that.
Vegito hasn't really been. Well, granted, he hasn't been out that long.
They don't really need him.
Yeah, like they don't need Vegito.
Yeah.
Though
I,
I will say, I'm 90% sure if you lose this week, Buu Saga are locked into the bye week. They're already locked in the playoffs. I just think they're locked into the bye week if you lose.
that's fine. Yeah, I just want to win this week and then hope that one of Royals or Cold lose. Odds are one of them will, but I'm thinking Royals will probably lose. So that's prime position for us to actually take kind of a lead. And even if we're still tied with Cold, we'll be above them because we won the
Yeah.
divisional. So yeah,
All right.
that's one thing.
Well, next. Okay, so that's 1-1. Next
Mm-hmm.
we have Budokai and GT. Roshi's coming back in for GT, and Spring Kai is coming back in for Budokai, and um, huh.
I'll take Budokai. Why
I
GT?
I I
Budokai's
I
probably fine.
who the fuck is getting benched on Budokai?
Mm.
Because they put Goku into the FA bench, but he still needed 2 benches, and all of Adele's benches got. I guess he takes Goku's benches now, so they might bench Videl.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen.
And
So yeah,
and
even more so, I'm confident in Budokai.
GT, they just benched Roshi. They're probably benching Jiro since he's been the longest without one. But I'm just gonna give it to Budokai because Supreme Kai is locked in, Early Piccolo's locked in, and Adult Gohan's locked in. Because all 3 of them have their 3 benches already. I mean, obviously, we're at the later half of the season. We're just gonna start locking in the characters. But,
Yep.
like, Budokai, we've seen Budokai be at a deficit before, and Adult Gohan does like 2 B2s and then they're in the lead.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like, I'm not gonna say GT doesn't have a chance, 'cause they do. They obviously do. But, like, Budokai, with their team specifically, have just been so strong with the Adult Gohan. So, yeah, I'm giving it to Budokai. And you did too, right? What was that?
2-0 Budokai?
Oh, you just sounded like really far away for a second. Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
so
Yeah, 2-0 Budokai.
yeah, 2-0 Budokai. And finally, we have Cold and ED. I know you want Cold to lose because
I'm still giving it to him. I think they're
yeah.
gonna win this match. Yeah.
Krillin is coming back in, and Mecha Freeze is coming back in. By the way.
Yeah.
Cold is probably benching Cooler because
Theoretically, yeah.
he's gone since week 5 without a bench, and he still needs 2.
Mm-hmm.
And ED can literally just bench anybody.
So
Except Krillin, obviously.
yeah, I like ED. I like Cold. I like both these teams. Obviously, I
Mm,
would prefer ED to win. I would enjoy it a lot more. But I think Cold are gonna win this week. I think Royals will lose. I think Hybrids will also lose.
I I think that with Krillin coming back in, they might bench me.
Okay.
But that might be a good thing because of how Midku's been doing.
Hey, I hope so. I hope ED win.
So, well, I still think Cold is a strong team and will put up a fighting chance. I think ED is going to just barely squeak out that win.
Respect. Okay. So
So,
1-1. Respect.
a lot of 1-1s.
Yeah, but we got a couple 2-0s in there.
Yeah. Alright.
Oh.
So, with that, thank you, everybody, for watching. We have come to the end of the Capsule Cast for week 11. Please remember to comment for either improvements or things we may have missed or anything in the comments below. Please check out the links to the Discord, website, Twitter, and TikTok. We're nice people. We don't bite. Yes, we get in arguments and everything, but that just happens. It's life. We're people. Can't really fault us for that. But with that, I have been your host, Destiny, with my co-host.
Anthony.
Yep. And we will be seeing you time.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.